Hey guys, what's going on? So this is a strat that my friends and I found last night. I figured I would share it just so that hopefully I could, make more people aware of the
Oh
strategy for
shit,
high
he got
rounds.
me.
Pretty easy,
Damn, he's
not too
fast.
terribly hard to get done. It just takes a lot of time and a lot of patience.
Are we good
You're
yet?
gonna have to hit the box a lot. You're gonna have to grind out some points to get to this point. However, once you have the full setup, fairly easy round eliminator. So
Yeah,
as you
no.
can see, we start round 54 here, and what we do with that is we're all gonna pretty much get on top of this plane wing here. All of us have the wonder weapon. You can't see the fourth person, but he has one as well. And pretty much what we do is we sit on top of this plane wing, and I have the Nova 5 launcher, and I usually would launch Nova 5 right at the end of the plane wing, or right on the side where these zombies were to jump up. And we pretty much just use the suck
Do we
function
got boss
of
defeat as well,
the
or
wonder weapon itself,
should we?
and when you all combine it, it does
I'll
mass
keep an
damage
eye
to
out on
zombies
the
as they run
bosses.
up, and they're pretty much
Oh, did
dead
they
by
all
the
pop
time
up
they
on?
get to you.
Yeah, they pop
There
up.
are onesies and twosies that
They're
make
like
their
a
way all
red
the way
triangle
up,
with a
but
skull.
if you have full armor, you'll be entirely fine. You'll make it through the round. Full perks, obviously, just to help out. So we have one person with the Nova 5, we have one person with the cryo gun, and we have one person with the electric wonder weapon. And the fourth person can either choose between one person can choose the fire launcher, or one person can choose the regular shockwave version. So you pretty much just sit up here. 9 times out of 10, you're just gonna want to use the suck function. So just waste some ammo, get ready, and as they come up, everybody hits them with that suck function. Now, to get to this point, obviously it took a lot of time to grind. We all had ray gun wonder weapon builds, or setups at least,
Wait, so are you
and
streaming
the
this? Cause
problem
my
with that
Twitch is
was
like dog
Call
shit.
of Duty's got the glitch where if you have the ray gun and the wonder weapon and you go down, it strips you of your ray gun and it leaves you with just the wonder weapon, or if you try and get another weapon, it'll just give you your fists. So I believe three of us had gone down just doing stupid stuff while doing the strat, and we lost our ray gun, so only one person had the ray gun left. However,
What
the
level
plan
points are we?
previously was that
34?
we would
Now we're
sit on top
44?
of the plane wing here,
Dude,
and when
that
a
is
boss
fucking
came,
crazy.
the Nova 5 would
Anyone
launch
know what
his
highest level is?
Nova Cloud at the bottom of the plane wing or on the side, and just keep zombies' health low as they
Honestly, I
came
haven't
up,
even seen him from
and
high
the
ground.
person with the normal or the fire weapon would continue to suck with the Nova 5
Yep, here.
guy,
We got it.
while the cryo launcher and the electric one would turn around. Now the cryo would freeze the boss zombie in his tracks, so that he would pretty much just be immobile, and he would turn back around and continue to help the two using the suck function to suck zombies up. The person with the
This is
electric
so
weapon
fucking
would turn
awesome.
around and pretty much hit the boss for as much DPS as they could. Obviously, if it was perfect, we would have ray guns as well, and if the cryo gun was
Dude,
not
I
doing the
guarantee
job,
no one has
the
played
person would
this
pull out their
strat
ray gun,
before.
hit the boss, freeze the two double bosses that he splits off into once again,
On this game already?
and continue with the ray guns. And we would turn around as needed,
I don't know, man.
as long as we're coordinating properly, so the zombies aren't hitting our backs. It made it fairly easy
Maybe
for the
not.
time that we had the option.
Alright, well,
However, when we
remind me
went
again.
down, we lost the ray
I was
guns
gonna
and we were
say.
stuck with just the
I was
wonder
gonna say,
weapon.
dude.
As you
Put
can
it.
see, just
I
the
was gonna
wonder
say, dude.
weapon
Put it
still
in the
works.
fucking
You
game so we
can
can
move through the
propagate the
rounds
law.
fairly quickly and pretty much take minimal to no damage whatsoever. There are, like I said, the onesies and twosies that'll get up and they'll land a couple
Yeah, do
hits,
it.
and that'll just be that. It won't be anything more. Um, if you have elemental pop on, there are some occasions that I noticed where we would hit zombies and they'd go into the turned mode, or brain rot would activate, and we'd pretty much have an issue where the zombie may push you off if they were close enough and the brain rot activated. but that's fairly quick. You can just hop off, run back up the plane wing, get up there with the rest of the crew, and pretty much continue the strat. So as you can see, we're just cruising right through level 54, no issues whatsoever. And I believe on level 56 or 7 we get a boss, and the boss unfortunately causes us to go down just due to lack of communication and the ray guns not having the ray guns. Before this, the bosses weren't as powerful. There you see we made it through round 55 fairly easy. I mean, it's time consuming, however, you can get through the rounds. But as I was saying, the bosses previously were weaker, and what we would do is actually let them jump up on the plane wing themselves. I would drop a Nova 5 on the boss. My buddy with the cryo wonder weapon would freeze the boss right there on the plane wing, and our buddy with the electric weapon would shoot the electric weapon, and everybody else would just continue to suck. Or even the electric weapon would suck as well. And with that, it sucks the zombies behind the boss, and it also kills the boss while doing the sucking function. And it pretty much brought the boss's health down fairly quickly, and it was actually very surprising to see. So that was one way that we decided to do it. Obviously, as rounds got higher, we decided that maybe it wasn't the best idea to let the boss jump up. And we also had a backup plan that if the boss jumped up and everything started going crazy, we would just go back to our training locations that we had pretty much laid out in the beginning of our zombies game. We'd have one person in the spawn doing the train there. We would have 2 people in crash site where we're doing the high level round strat right now. And we would have either one in the pond area, or we would have the third one in crash site as well on the other side of the plane fuselage, because the zombies won't clash. And the strat that the 2 used that were in crash site was one person would take out the ray gun and just shoot the feet of the zombies as they ran up the plane, and the other person would use the suck function of the wonder weapon to pretty much suck them up. And they said that that was a perfect strategy. They were dropping the zombies pretty much into crawlers and just sucking them up almost instantly. So they sat on top of the plane with just the 2 of them without taking any damage whatsoever. So it's a pretty easy strat. The only hard part that I could see is just getting enough points to get to that time zone or that area where you can get both the ray gun and the wonder weapon for all 4 people. It took us until about, I would say, round 46, 45, 46 to get all of us in that position to have both the ray gun and the wonder weapon. And with this strat, fortunately, as you can see, you can make points fairly quickly. So it only took a round or 2 to be able to upgrade the ray gun to a pack 3. So you're pretty much just cruising along, easy game. Easy strat to do, easy to set up, and I figured I'd just show it to everybody. Hopefully we can get some cool high rounds later on. So as you can see here, we're later on in the round 56. You'll notice that I will take splash damage from the boss's throwing attack, and when I do that, some of the players on top of the wing, we freak out a little bit. You'll see that they start to jump down now. And it was just because a few of them turned to look at it, the boss zombie. And as I said, higher rounds, the boss zombie started getting a little bit harder to contain with the zombies in front of us. So at this point, it probably would have been significantly better to just switch to our little training areas, get the zombies round up, and have 2 people deal with the boss. And it would make it a lot easier if the ray gun glitch wasn't a thing. We would be able to shut the boss down fairly quickly with the ray guns and the wonder weapons. However, stuff happens and we're pretty much stuck in this situation. So that's no big deal. We go down. Later on in the round, you'll see that we plan to save a zombie and that we want to just focus damage on the boss himself. However, that didn't go as planned, and we ended up killing the zombie. Just leads to round 57, where a lot of miscommunication, bad luck, not having armor, so on and so forth, just leads us to go down. So it's not, we haven't perfected the strategy quite yet. However, I'm sure there's groups of people out there that can get it down fairly well, where they can do this almost perfectly. As you can see, my buddy had dropped a monkey over there, giving us time to get back up on the plane, and it made it fairly simple. Here you'll see that the boss comes up. He's going to use his launch right there. We were trying to coordinate. We were trying to get a cryo gun to launch down there. I was having him walk through the Nova. As you can see, the Wonder Weapon still does very, very good damage to the bosses as of right now. And it's just a problem that we keep seeing that stuff happens. I throw a monkey, it bounces off a zombie, or at least it looks like it does. It goes straight through, I suppose. But as you can see, we have this boss here, and if we use the sucking and the sucking function, and you see the electric bolt, you'll notice that their health goes down fairly quickly. I fall off, and I just get back up. The boss zombies, they get close, but they drop. However, you saw that the cryo gun was launching. If you were to be sucking, it would make this go a lot smoother. Stuff happens, you know, miscommunication, it's no big deal. However, if you get a solid team together that is pretty knowledgeable as to what they're doing, it'd be an easy strategy to do. And here's the final few seconds. He gets greedy, tries to go for Speed Cola. One of the super sprinters hits him, ends the game. Right here you can see our final score, eliminations, critical kills, so on and so forth. You'll see the amount of points we get. If you'll notice, right there, I am level 47. I started the game at level 34. NBK211 was the guy who started as a level 1, and you saw his level there. Super good for grinding out levels, super good for getting high rounds in zombies. Very helpful if you're just trying to go and, you know, get those levels like I had mentioned. So I appreciate you guys for watching and sticking around. I do apologize for kind of the editing in this video, the terrible audio quality. I'm not very big into making videos quite yet, so I do apologize for that. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I do stream with these guys and other friends as well. If you'd like to check out my Twitch channel, I will put a link in the description so you can go check it out. I usually like to stream on the weekends. However, I've been looking at trying to stream during the week as well. Anyways, everybody, I hope you have a good day, and I appreciate you dropping a view on the video. Don't forget to like if you like the content, and I would appreciate a subscription if you're willing. Alrighty, you all have a good one.